Hi guys, so let's talk about a coding language requirement in finance, specifically Python. Why Python? So before all of this start, I will tell you about my origin stories. So I have completed my masters in applied finance from AUT, Auckland University of Technology, in last year 2024. I have been working with investors, traders, and I am specifically very much interested in research. So I have been doing academic research as a research assistant position in AUT itself for quite a time now. It's more than a year, and over the time I have realized that working anywhere, I have been working in real markets, real time, and simultaneously I'm also working in back testing, in doing academic research, making algorithms for these guys, for also like making algorithms for investors, traders, algorithms like mean reversion, all that, like valuation models, and simultaneously working on text analysis and everywhere. What I have realized over time, that coding language is very important beyond finance. If you have a knowledge of finance, very good. Masters in finance, so courses like applied finance, they cover all that stuff. Coding language is very important because that gives you an ability to analyze data. Everything today is data. There are almost more than 25,000 stocks which gets traded in the world uh, in a single day, in several exchanges altogether, and out of those 25,000 stocks are generating tick data every minute, every nanosecond, not even minute. And that data is getting stored somewhere. We have those kind of technologies now, data centers, where we can store all that data, and we can use all that data to do our research, to derive insights. And if we have data, if we have maths, that's where the coding comes into play. And the real question over here is that, why Python? Why not Java? Why not C++? Or why not some other coding language? Why Python in general is a language which a finance student should know? And I'm going to tell you about that in the rest of the video. That is what I'm going to explain as per my experience. So let's go forward. So why Python as a programming language for finance student? Why not something else? The most important thing is that in finance, we do data analysis. We that is our main goal. Our main goal is not data storage or like data warehousing. Our main goal is the data analysis, like data querying, what happened, how it happened, taking out correlations and everything. And for that, Python is the data science language in the world today. Majority of the libraries which are there written, they all are in Python. Pandas is in Python, NumPy is in Python. I am the kind of audience which I'm expecting over here is someone who is doing a bachelor's or a master's in finance. They don't have any background in, no tech background, just like me. And they don't, I expect them not to know what pandas is, what numpy is. I expect them to know a bit of Excel. That's all. So pandas is a library which is like Excel but a bit more advanced than Excel. Excel is something like a drag and drop interface which you can see, while Pandas is in coding language. Excel in a time have 1 million rows. You can deal with 1 million rows of data at a time. In Pandas, you can deal with n number of rows. It doesn't matter, like you can have 10 million rows in your data, or you can have 20 million rows in your data. So that's like, if I have a data, say, of uh, 1 minute yearly data, so that goes beyond uh, it goes beyond 1 million rows, and that is handled by Python. I cannot handle that data in Excel. I cannot. So now coming, so the majority of the data science libraries in the world, they are written in Python. They are not written in Java. They are not written in C++. The entire technology is in Python. And you can also make dashboards, because if I have done a data analysis, it's very important to put it out over there in a way that, so that people understand it, the hiring manager understand it. And that is where the dashboards comes in. And like automation is also there. So automation is a concept. So the way I will explain automation is that I have to fetch data from some place, because data like so how do I fetch data from a place? So that is done by Python. You can automate your data, you can make a bot which keeps on going to the website, data scraping, web scraping, all this stuff. So that is all done in Python. It's a bit advanced thing, so this the automation comes after you have learned all the Python concepts. And then again, it's very useful for the large scale data analysis, because now finance is all about the large scale data analysis. It's about analyzing minute data, it is about analyzing nanoseconds data, and that becomes very so that is the reason like why you need to know a coding language, and that is the reason why you should know Python, because the entire infrastructure of data analysis is majorly in Python. It is not in C, it is not in Java, it is not in other OCML and all that languages. It is in Python. And the what I want to explain to you over here is that when I started, because I come from a non-tech background, so I know nothing about coding, okay, and I just know that I need to learn coding languages. I don't know how to learn them, and because I don't have a lot of mentors in there, so it was all confusion for me. I was asking ChatGPT when it came out, like this was beyond ChatGPT. So I was asking Chat, I was searching, asking people that what language I should learn, and people were telling me Java, C, and all that stuff. But in the end, what I realized over the time, that Python is the most important one. uh, if you are looking for a journal coding language, if you're looking for a journal job in finance, you should know Python. uh, it took me around 2 years to learn a coding language, to learn Python exactly. But my learning curve involves Java, C++, which I done in school. Then it involves all these JavaScript and all that languages. But in the end, when I worked with investors, when I worked in university, I realized that Python is the only language which I need to know, until and unless I'm not targeting something like HFT, or I'm not targeting like HFT or a developer loan. Python is the best thing. Yeah, just know Python. Spend 4 and 5 months learning Python, and that's all. So taking it a bit forward, now the steps in data analysis in finance. So now I have told you that finance is all about data analysis today. If you have a finance degree, if you have a master's in finance, but you don't have a coding language, you don't know a coding language, it's like it's not good. It's not a it's a good, but it will take you up to a certain point. You have to come back and do this. So let's take it a bit forward. So and this is all what I'm trying to make, like I'm trying to make a case over here that why you need to learn Python, why not Java, why not C yet. So that, because this is very important to understand for people, that why you need to learn Python, why not other languages, so that you don't waste 2 years just like me. So to understand this, first you understand what are the steps which are involved in data analysis in finance. So the first thing is that you have to collect data. If you don't have data, what you are going to analyze, what you are going to work on. So to collect data, there are APIs which are pretty straightforward. Then there are websites like Yahoo Finance, Polygon, and all that, from where you can get data. And then there are very many databases, financial databases, like Refinitiv, Bloomberg, and all that stuff, Morningstar. And then people also do nowadays geopolitical analysis is very important. So people do like YouTube comment analysis or Twitter analysis. It got banned though. Twitter got banned for the analysis part, and con call analysis and all that stuff. So you need to collect data for that, and you can't and these are very large data I'm talking about. I'm talking about like around 100 GB of raw data. uh, it cannot be done manually, it cannot be done by a human. You have to write a bot, you have to make a bot, and you have to put it out there so that it automatically start fetching data. So that is what collecting data is, and that is all in finance. There are libraries, that is all in Python, and there are libraries which do that in Python. There are many live we'll see it going forward. Then comes the cleaning and the wrangling part. So the data is always messy. There are missing rows, and it depends on the database, because cleaning data and then putting it in database is a huge cost involved for the companies. So they just put it out there, which in the minimum cleaning form, and then you have to clean data. And I think, trust me, like this is the easier path, cleaning data, wrangling data. This is all where the Python libraries comes in. So you don't have to write a code over there. You need to know which library will work, and that's all. Then analyzing data, patterns, trends, correlations. So that is what, like, it's easy to do in Python. There are libraries for that. Call those libraries, work. No need to write the code from starting. And then once you have done all these steps, you have collected data, cleaned data, analyzed data, then came the visualization part. Then came the dashboard part, like okay, so this is simply like, okay, I have done this and this, and there's a lot of technical stuff I don't know. So let's let like your manager don't know, what you are doing from quite a time. So now I make a dashboard, I put it all out there, so that my manager can see, because manager is not going to read your code. There's no point in doing that. So their manager, your investment manager, whoever the guy is, they will read, they will see the dashboard, and they are like, okay, this is what is there and this we need to do. So that is where the subject matter expert come in, someone who have cleared all their CFA. That is where they will tell you that, okay, you need to do this, then go and code and do all that stuff. So that's pretty easy. And but you need to make a dashboard, you make a report of okay, this and this is there, and then insights. Yeah, so like when all of this is done, one dashboard is there, so that now the actionable insights from the data. Because what I've realized over time, that that what data tells is the only real story. Everything else is a bias, everything else is a noise. We are living in an environment today which generates a lot of data, a lot of information. So in the end of the day, the person who can do data analysis is the one who is the winner, and that makes all the difference, because data tells very different story from what the noise is, what the information out is. And this is the so that is why you need to know, coding languages. You need to know how to wrangle data, how to clean data, how to collect it. Now coming to the like the skills which are important for the finance data analysis. This is my personal experience, and I would like to like, if someone can add on it, I am open to it, but this is what my work experience is. uh, you need to know 3 or 4 stuff in to make a career in finance, to be a successful in finance. And those 3 4 tools are: first is Excel. You should know Excel. It's okay, like you should have an ability to work in Excel. That is what I'm trying to say over here. So Excel is the first thing. Then databases, the knowledge of database and knowledge of SQL, which is a structured query language, which is the way we interact with data. So there is a lot of data, there is a data lake. Just imagine there is a data lake and you don't know how to, like, I don't know how to interact with that. So that interaction can happen with SQL, which is a structured query language. So these are the things which you need to know. And then Python, of course. Like, once you have data, what you are going to do with it, whatever you're going to do with it, we do it with the help of Python. And then Power BI. Power BI is optional. You can make dashboards in Python, but I prefer Power BI because it's a drag and drop tool. If you know Excel, then Power BI is a breeze. That's pretty sure, like Power BI is just a breeze. And so these are the things which are important, like. And I'm going to make a series on all of these, like specifically in database, SQL and Python, not in Excel and Power BI, because Excel is something which we all learn in our masters in finance or in our bachelors in finance. And if you know Excel, then your transition to Power BI is very easy. It's nothing. The only problem with Power BI is there is the step one, which is get data. To get data, you should know database, you should know SQL. If you know SQL databases, then the step one of Power BI is done. Then there are step 2, 3, 4, which is pretty easy, and because it's a drag and drop tool, it's not a coding language where you have to hard code this stuff. So that's why this is the reason, like, I'm gonna make the series on database, SQL and Python. Then yeah, this question: is it tough to learn Python if you are a finance student? I would say yes, it's tough. Why? First of all, the learning curve. For me, it was 2 years. That was a lot of learning curve. But there is a reason for why my learning curve was 2 years, because I don't know where to start. I haven't done my bachelor's in computer science. I have done my bachelor's in electronics, in something very different. So I don't know where to start. I went out, I talked to people, I asked them that which coding language should I learn. And because you are starting new, you don't know the concept of projects that is there, because if you make projects, then you will know that okay, I have to learn this, I have to learn that. So I started learning C++ because I have learned that in school. Then I went on learning Java, and I dropped it up front. I was like, if this I have to learn, then okay, bye bye, see ya. Then I met someone and they said that why don't you learn Python. And then I started learning Python, and then the way, like, and it was a lot, like, in between I have learned SAS also. SAS is a very good language, but it's functional. It's a functional language, so it's like I invested some time writing SAS macros and everything. But I think if you know Python as a base language, you can do anything. So yeah, the learning curve makes it tough. I like Python. Learning Python it itself is not tough, but learning curve of Python is very tough for a finance student, because we don't know where to start. The good part is that once you know where to start, that's where the Python comes in, and it's pretty easy. It's not a tough language. It's one of the easiest language to learn, because it is plain English. It's intuitional, except some library's name, which is pretty funny. It's pretty intuitional. It's not at all tough. The solution for all of this is like how we make models, step by step. Learn step by step. Don't miss any step. Don't go to step 3 if you don't know step 1. This series is basically focusing on that stuff, that how to take things step by step. Also, don't get into a learning hell where you are learning everything, because there's no point. There's AI nowadays, and AI can do a lot of things, like AI assistant. It's a thinking brain, so it can do a lot of stuff. So don't get into learning hell. Learn things, learn it fast, and apply it on projects. Make projects. That's all what I will say to you. And be very focused on learning Python. Like, make it a point that first I will learn Python, then I will learn databases, I will learn SQL, and then I will learn whatever I want to learn, especially in the coding language, apart from the subject matter of finance. And so yeah, now my inspiration to learn Python, uh, speaking about this, I think it was ChatGPT, because I was involved in tech before I came to do my masters in AUT, and I knew about ChatGPT way back, that okay, there is a bot like this which can help you in coding, and you don't need to be a master coder, and that gave me some confidence to start. So yeah, I think so as soon as I got chatbot, because before that it was quite cumbersome. You have to do a lot of stuff, and then you have to read books and do stuff. And the thing is that we are in finance, okay, we have a lot to study ourselves, so there's no point like learning data structures apart from learning finance. Like, it's pretty tough. And in the end of the day, it's the result which matters. So if I'm not making money, then what's the point? So my inspiration was that chat gpt. So once the chat was out, I was like, okay, this is a bot which I can do, which I can learn finance, and from where I can learn, I can start learning my coding languages. Chat has become good over the years. 3 years back it was not that great, but yeah, 3 to 4 years back it was not that great, but it has become great. So that's what I learned. And also, like, when I did my masters in applied finance, before that I had a skill gap analysis of the entire industry. I was talking to people, I was talking to hiring managers, that what I have to do to get a good job in finance, So that's when I realized that Python, SQL, database knowledges, these are the things which will take you up, which will make you apart. So that is what is there. The skill gap analysis will keep on changing. 3 years down the lane, if you are planning to do your masters, if you are planning to do your PhD, first do a skill gap analysis, that what are the skills which are needed to get hired or to make a career in finance or to handle your own portfolio, and what is the gap which your course is covering to help you in that skill gap analysis, or what is the gap which your course will not cover. For me, I was pretty sure that these guys are making, like, AUT, the finance course is really good. I learned everything about finance, but I learned nothing about coding language. But that was in my skill gap. So as soon as before joining masters in applied finance, I had started working on my coding language, because that had came in my skill gap analysis. So that is very important, that always do a skill gap analysis before taking any course, be it a Udemy course or be it any course. Just do your skill gap analysis. So that's for now. I'm going to make this video in two parts. One is Hindi and one is English, because I feel that language should not be a barrier for anyone for learning, like, whatever language you want to learn. So I will try to complete one playlist for Hindi and another playlist for English, and see you in next video then. And yeah, like, my takeaway of making such a long video of 20-25 minutes is that, the line, the best skill is learning from the mistakes of others. That is how we do finance, that is how we do data analysis, that, learn from the mistake of others, because if you do your own mistake, then you, like, end up losing a lot of money. So learn from my mistakes. My mistakes were that I spent 2 years learning a coding language because there was no one to tell me. Seeing, like, after this 25 minutes of video, please be very clear that there are 4 tools which you have to learn in as a coding language in finance, and that is all to make your career. Except if you are targeting something like HFTs or something like that, or a developer role in finance, there are, which is like just 2% of the entire hiring industry out there. 2% of the pie is to HFTs and all that. The 98% falls in Python, SQL, database, Excel, and Power BI. In your college or wherever you are, this is the homework you have to do: Python, SQL, Power BI, and databases. So see you in next video, and sorry for such a long video, and I will, like, keep it short from now on, 5 or 6 minutes of bullet points. And so happy learning.